We are live. And
Alrighty.
live. And live.
Oh,
Can you believe it?
Yeah. Alrighty.
Yeah. Ah.
Classic
Yes. Are we live though?
We
Yes,
are
we're
very. We are the
I
livest.
said it 3 times, Sterling. We're live.
Oh, okay. All right. Jeez Louise.
Just making sure we're not dead.
I guess I'll host this time.
About time. Slacking on your duties.
Alrighty. Well, cough. Well, let's see here. Well, you already know me, the host, Sterling Silver, the prim and proper little dude. With us today is, of course, Josiah Campbell. Biggs, how you doing? How you doing, baby?
I'm here and I'm queer.
Oh boy. And of course we have Chris. How you doing, Chris?
Hey.
The good Batman movie boy.
Yeah, I only made the good ones.
And of course, last but very certainly least, we have Matthew Ferrugia. How you doing? How you doing, baby?
I've just been spending the last 20 hours pouring one out over my avatar here
Avatar?
on Discord. Just pouring one out.
Oh, okay. All right.
No more. All gone. Dream is ruined.
Oh boy. Well,
Oh, you know
Oh,
what's
thanks.
gonna happen. Everybody knows what's gonna happen. We'll get into that in a little bit.
We'll get into that
Don't
one.
even try and act that way, Matt.
I
Everybody
am
knows
being-
what's gonna happen.
I'm being the vaguest motherfucker possible because
I have no idea.
no
what's
one needs to
going
get
on.
invested. You're right. No one needs to get
It's not
invested.
even a spoiler.
Oh.
What is it?
Well, when you
Well-
consider the quality of the writing, you're right. It's not even
Well,
a
okay,
spoiler.
so we've already introduced ourselves, so let's just get into the thick of it, boys. Let's just dive right in. Okay, so Super, we lost 2 universes that actually matter this week in Dragon Ball Super.
Are you
that-
claiming that 2 matters?
Yes, because it has developed, because it was a spotlight. Characters were spotlighted, okay? They mattered enough more than a lot of the other universes. Okay? I'm not saying that they mattered more than 6,
Ooh.
but they definitely did matter more than like 11 or, you know, anything besides 7 and 6. But no, so we erased 2 universes. We got 6, the twin universe from our universe, 7, and 2, which was the one that was based on love, and everybody loved, and there was idols, and there was the the skinny, attractive girl that turned into the fat, non-attractive girl, and somehow that made her more powerful. Patriarchy, but
Worked for. Hey, come on! It worked for Zarbon. So let's be. This is just a tradition here.
Zarbon's a little bit different, though.
Is he?
Yes,
Oh, I guess.
You turned into a bear.
he turned into he's a theater host as well, but some might call it a masterpiece. Moving on, though, so we had 2 universe erased, and so of course with Universe 6, Hit was also erased as well. But guess what? It doesn't matter, because Universe 7's gonna win, and you know what Goku's wish is gonna be? It's gonna be
Wish them all back.
Yeah, to wish them all back. Holy shit! It's like every time he gets the Dragon Balls, what does he do?
Just solve the problem.
Because guess what? He's gonna want to fight each and every one of them again.
Just solve the problem.
And guess what? That's what Vegeta would do anyways. He would bring back at least 6, because guess what? There's Saiyans in that universe, and he's got to be the prince of all Saiyans. So,
And he's really taken a liking.
Mm-hmm.
but yeah. So guess what? Your tears are nothing but crocodiles.
Oh, I don't know about that. How could you argue this is not genuine despair? You didn't see me.
So what I'm hearing is I should change Matthew's image on the
No!
to just be not there anymore. Hmm?
Honestly,
Just
I
gone,
don't know why
just
you
like a
just
void
didn't
of
give him
nothingness.
the hit uniform with like if the drawing of his face that you did, because I think that would be more appropriate than. But that's just me.
Uh-huh. So that's pretty much what's been going on in Super.
Yeah, I think there's like 20 minutes left in the turn. No, not 20 minutes. Like 15 minutes left.
13.
13. Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. So that's pretty much 26 episodes more.
I was just trying to think of how to make that exact same joke.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll probably be 10 at the most.
At the least, you mean?
An entire another season for the last 10 minutes.
The sub tournament of power arc.
And the Boo Saga, 1 minute means 3 episodes, so 15 minutes.
See, the reason why I asked you about that scene with Kid Boo pushing back the spirit bomb is for whatever reason. Like when I was watching DBZ on TV back when I was a kid, for some reason, like one day while I was watching, I just came on to that scene where it's just like a 5 to 10 minute session. The heroes like panicking, and then it like cuts back to Boo grinning and pushing the spirit bomb, and cuts back to the heroes, and cuts back to Boo, and cuts back, and then and then that goes on for a while. So I was thinking to myself, like, I'm willing to bet that doesn't hold up, but like
It
Sterling's
totally
the one.
does.
Sterling's the one
does.
who's like actually watching this right now, so that's why I'm like, is that still a cool scene, or was that just good?
Yeah,
movie
because
bits?
again, just to reiterate what I typed, pretty much everybody gets their moments in those in that whole episode of Boo pushing back, and Hercules talking to the humans on planet Earth to raise up their hands, but they're all like, "Hey, that's pretty queer that we're gonna do that. Let's not." And then
I think you mean Mr. Satan, but
yeah. But
see, first Goku asks them, and he's like, I don't
no,
trust this.
Vegeta asks them because he
Vegeta
wished.
also.
Well, wait, not really. He didn't really wish. He asked one of the Kabuto Kais or whatever to say, "Hey, can I speak with the humans that I totally wasted 2 wishes on, bringing them back?" And then he's like, "Yo, bring up your hands, foo." And
Listen, I know that I killed several dozen of you at the World Martial Arts Tournament 50 episodes ago.
Vegeta in the Boo arc is probably the best Vegeta overall.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because he, oh my gosh, he has something to fight for. He fights for something. He fights as something. All that stuff, and he just uses Batman-esque quips of "Great galaxies" or something like that. "Great galaxies, Goku, is that Boo's intestinal? Oh no, we're going to get digested." Just stuff like that. It's great. But yeah, anyway, everybody gets their moments, and that whole thing is just for the people of Earth to raise up their hands and use all their power, and then using the last wish to make Goku strong again.
Yeah.
Hashtag make Goku strong again. And then he just blasts Boo away with that quip of, "I wish you came back as somebody cool," and he does in Oob. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. I still have the last 2 episodes to watch with the fam, but it's just basically the Oob and where's Grandpa going from Pan, and that's it.
I hope you come back as a quickly forgettable side character.
So yeah, that's pretty much what that was about.
Good old Dragon Ball. Never failing.
Almost.
Almost never.
Almost always. So anything else you want watching? Dragon Ball?
Podcast over. No, we're good. That's all we wanted to talk about today.
Okay, all right, all right.
Well, you know what we say at the end of the podcast, folks. On count of 3, let's go. Wrap up time. No, I don't know. Like I'll kick this off. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been absolutely like just fucking marathoning Tomo-chan, which is a fantastic manga that has been
Tomo-chan is amazing.
Oh,
That's what you said. You kind of
Chris,
cut out.
Thank you so much.
I'm about like 60 chapters
You were
behind,
60?
but I say 60 chapters. I mean 60 pages. But I'm on like 590 something.
Oh, dude. I discovered it like a couple weeks ago, and both Tim and Nigel were like, dude, you gotta read it, though. You gotta read it. And I'm like, I don't know, guys. No, but I gave it a shot. It's fucking stellar.
Nothing will ever happen.
Oh, no.
Nothing. How far are you in?
I am at chapter, I think, 247. Or 257
okay.
or something. So I'm at, I'm looking at it now, 275. So I'm at the part...
Get ready for things to seem like they're going to happen and then not.
No, I totally believe you. Like, I'm at the part where Tomo has went over to Jun's place for the sleepover. And see, the thing is, Tomo-chan is a rom-com in the form of a manga. But it's a really, really good rom-com. Like, it's genuinely funny. This is one of those few things that I like watch or read that like tries to make me laugh, that actually succeeds to make me laugh.
So like Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, yes. Tomo-chan is comparable to Big Bang Theory.
Yes, it's the exact carbon copy. It's the Japanese Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, that's...
Go on.
Read it.
Big Bang.
Read it.
Yeah,
Read it.
Read
it right now. Read it. It's real good.
Is it new or old?
Oh no,
it's pretty old.
I remember reading some of it back, like in college.
This has been going on for 2 years now.
Yeah.
So is it finished?
Oh no,
it's never going to finish, and nothing will ever happen.
How Tomo-chan works is each chapter is 1 page. So each chapter is basically done in...
It's a 4 comma.
Oh.
4 comma, however you say it.
So is there gonna be a comparable page to Lost?
Like this is basically like daily like Western like and it is just just quips just entire cast like
Matt, you're cutting out real bad. I can't even hear you now.
That's probably because he's too much into that Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, the Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, Bulgaria.
Can't speak about Big Bang Theory. It's like Fight Club.
As a woman, like, oh, she's just my best bud. I don't even see her as a she.
Yeah.
My approach. And like.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Chris is losing it.
No. Like it's just at first. At first, you're probably going to suspect like this is going to get old quickly. If this is
this is true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I really hope he hasn't stopped talking at all. I really hope that through all these cuts, he's still going.
Who you think is a ditz at first, but is low key one of the most cunning, like intelligent bitches in the entire series.
Wow.
Carol, fantastic. Carol's wonderful.
That's cool.
She's just fucking. To 11. She's so fucking smart. Just all the character dynamics are great in this series, and I'm having a great time reading it. And I still got like 400 to go until I'm like caught up and current on it. And
That's
I will keep you guys up to date on how that's going. Great
Alrighty.
series.
All right,
So,
we
good
got
luck.
about 30% of that.
Don't break the immersion.
Uh-huh.
That's been me as of late. What have you fine fellas been up to?
Well, both you and I, not at the same time though, were watching some streamed Blues Brothers last night.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
Apparently, I got on a little bit after you got off, so. Yep.
Mhm.
But I mean, man, oh man, Blues Brothers, really good. And,
Yeah, it's a strong one.
It's great. It's astronomical. It's probably one of top 10 comedies, if not top 5. And yeah, top 5 comedies. I mean, geez, can you? I mean, Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, a whole bunch of John Candy. I mean, in their prime. It's just it's a road of fun, and the thing is that it's not even that good of a story. It's just all the practical gags, all of the freestyling comedy, all the improv, and it just all mashes together with a modest budget that makes it all just work and meld together, even though the story is kind of crap.
Uh-huh.
It
Hopefully
is.
one day I'll get to watch it in its entirety without sleeping.
Shame on you.
Oof.
Shame on
Shots.
Sleep is for the weak.
You should already know this, Sterling.
No.
Sleep is for the weak.
Sleep. Hey, as someone who works overnight, no, sleep is not for the weak. Sleep is the best thing that you can ever possibly get.
Yep.
You have been lied to your entire life, sir. I'll go to sleep right now.
Watch me. Oh man, no, but and I think we'll probably I'm gonna try and stream Animal House here coming up soon, because that's one of my favorite National Lampoon SNL movies back when they were good.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing about Animal House, and I will keep it that way until I stream soon. I'm gonna go in fresh.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I would say that's a good idea if like it was coming out tomorrow in theaters, but I would actually advise that you watch it like once or twice before, because it just gets funnier every time you see it. It's one of those films that each time you see it, you've noticed another joke, and it just gets funnier and funnier. Like the more you get used to the characters and their archetypes, and each one of their quirks, it just gets funnier and funnier each time, because it's just one of those movies where they packed in so many jokes, so many little details, so many little nuanced things, that it's just like the jokes just build and build and build until you just can't help it. You start laughing.
Alrighty.
Plus, there's a whole bunch of boobs.
Oh.
Well, I'm in.
We got some titties in this.
You have sold me.
But,
You really haven't. I don't care for tits.
but
Ass is on down.
I mean, let's see. It's got John Belushi in it? Who else does it have in it? It's got a Kevin Bacon. It's got Kevin Bacon. Everybody loves Kevin Bacon, man. It's got some female actresses that never really became very big.
I wonder why.
Come to think of it, I don't think anybody else made a huge career besides John Belushi and Kevin Bacon outside this film. But, I think the principal is some old actor, but,
Yeah.
no, it's definitely a dandy, especially, for, people in their 20s and, the like Even though it's based back in a time that we will never know, it's still very applicable today. And it was the first like really big frat movie where you see all the cliches come from, and like what was it? Accepted. Try to like make an updated version, sort of like that. Kind of did a spin off of Animal House.
Oh gosh, that was the movie with the that made up the fake college, right?
Yeah, South Hartman Institute of Technology.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, shit.
I only remember that movie because of like the song towards the end. I don't even remember the name of it. I remember that it was like let the drummer kick, that, and that's all I remember from that movie.
All I remember is that the dean was Louis Black, and they found him selling shoes in the mall and asked him to be their dean. And he was talking to a kid. He's like, "No, you don't want to walk outside with these. What, you little faggot?" And then like his boss started talking to him. They like pulled in, like, "Is this a good time? Like, we know you used to teach. We need a dean for a fake college." But that was also a really funny film. That had Jonah Hill before things got really bad for him.
Yeah. Before the pre-crisis.
Before he went to skinny, before he got his life together, and then had to put his life back into ruin because people didn't like him as a skinny, funny guy.
He had to ruin his whole life for success.
Again. He had to, which is probably the easiest thing, is just to fall back into despair. But I mean, that's just depressing, though. He's like, oh man, he finally got his act together. He's not like the really fat kid anymore, awkward kid anymore. He's like trying to become a comedian, getting his life together. Nope, can't be skinny in in comedy. Once you're a fat kid, you're always a fat kid. So
The phantom fat.
he's just not good looking enough when he skinnies up that he can maintain that form, and people still think he's funny.
Not
Can't
like
pull the Chris Pratt.
Drake and Josh.
Man, those guys,
Yeah.
they're not even really that successful. They're just mean.
No, but what was it? Josh? He knows John Stamos, so I mean that's kind of important.
Yeah.
Remember, he was like the best man at his wedding.
Yep.
I don't know how John Stamos became like a adopted father to Josh Peck, but I guess it did happen. But no, honestly, I would have. Did you see that little short Avengers short that Drake Bell did on his YouTube channel, where all the Avengers suddenly turn into babies and he's Spider-Man?
Oh no, I did not.
It's pretty funny.
I forgot he is Spider-Man in that animated series, isn't he?
Yeah.
I totally forgot.
Yeah,
In
and
which
so
one?
he's like live action in this, and he's wearing the Spider-Man costume. I'm like, wow, he would have made a really good Spider-Man. Like, he has the good like sort of nerdy voice, and he can, it has like a softer inflection on it. He can do that very well,
Yeah.
and he's actually like super ripped. Like, he's like a model now. And that's how he, is still in Hollywood, is because now he just like eats, celery and works out 24 hours a day, and which is good because he's being healthy. But he's just not in the comedy business anymore. But I think that he could have been like a new, a good candidate for Spider-Man, honestly. But that's just me.
All right, I wish Danny Glover.
Donald Glover.
Which one is the young? Which one is Childish Gambino?
That's Donald Glover.
Donald. Okay. Yeah. I want black. So I had a story about that. Me and a couple of friends were going to see a movie. I forgot what movie it was. I think it was a Marvel movie. One time, it was me and two other black friends. And as we were going back to our car, this guy holding a can of beer, this white guy comes up. He says, "Hey, did you guys see that Donald Glover is gonna be Spider-Man? Yeah, he's gonna be black now. He's gonna be like you guys."
Except for that's the animated series, but
And we just stood there like, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
all right, man. You enjoy your night.
you do you.
yeah. Then he says, "Too bad about Jane Smith being Static Shock, though." I would have wanted Donald Glover to be Static Shock. He would have been great as Static Shock.
I would have wanted a white guy to be Static Shock.
Oh,
What about Don Cheadle?
No.
Put anybody.
Jaden Smith has to be Static Shock because
No,
if
he
not-
doesn't. Shut up.
No, listen.
Don't even. I'm not even letting you make that joke. Shut up.
If Jaden Smith hadn't become Static Shock, then I wouldn't have been able to write my fan fiction.
I don't care. Fuck your fan fiction. I'm not letting you do that.
no, but no. Okay, let's just settle the piece here. Okay, I think we all can agree that Michael B.
Yes.
Jordan should be the new Green Lantern.
Sure.
All right.
Alright. I'm not gonna fight that.
You should get the fuck out of those Fant Force stick.
Yeah, jeez. Although Creed 2 should be pretty good.
Maybe.
I'm looking forward to that.
Oh
What
god,
is
he's supposed to be. He's in Black Panther as well.
Yeah, he is.
Did that
As
come out
a
yet?
gold leopard or something like that.
I
Wait,
have no idea.
has Black Panther
I've stayed,
come out yet?
I've stayed pretty blind. No, not yet.
No.
Okay, because I was like, wait,
Just
I haven't seen like
multiple.
advertising for that in a long time. Like when they first announced it, they just like advertised the shit out of it, you know, and then like all that like news about it being a mostly black cast and all the you know the
I think
hubbub.
there's only been like 2 or 3 trailers. Or
But,
not.
no, and now it just kind of fell completely off the map as far as advertising right now. I haven't even seen YouTube advertisement for it in a long time. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of glad. I want to go into that as blind as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too, actually.
well,
Everyone's all about the Infinity War.
yeah, because it just dropped. I mean, it's the hottest thing
Boy,
right now.
Put a helmet on Thanos, please.
Yeah.
Put a helmet on that balding ass man.
The memes were just so good this week.
Oh, they were fucking lit up. They were fantastic.
I liked it.
It's pretty good, but especially the comparisons of like the peaks of Thanos that you got in other Avengers movies, and then somehow he turned out to be what he is in Infinity War. It's like, oh, really good. It's like after the first Avengers, oh, really good, a little spooky, really dark, hard to see, but very good.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, oh, the next one, oh, okay, yeah, that's all right, yeah, still looks pretty good. Da da da. And then like the one before this one, it's like, oh, that's one way to interpret that. Okay, and then this one's like, no, let's take it back.
Yeah. And Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, he like appeared pretty much predominantly a lot,
Yeah,
and that was fine.
yeah.
But yeah, gotta get some helmet hair on that.
And I like how they're already distributing, like, oh, this is what stones are going to be in the gauntlet, and explain their powers, and just basically like ruining the movie exposition for people who don't know the movie exposition because they can't wait.
Uh-huh.
Are you trying to tell
Marvel
me
wants
that
their
not
money.
everyone's bought and played in Marvel vs. Capcom?
Are you
I mean-
trying to tell me that not everyone entered the Battle for the Stones tournament?
No, I'm trying to tell you that not everybody has read the mildly popular comic that this is based off of, vaguely. But here's a question, though. How much of the movie is just going to be straight CGI action? Like, how much do you guess? I'm guessing the film's going to be about 2.5 hours.
I'm gonna say an hour and 35 minutes of it.
I'm gonna guess this is gonna fall somewhere in between The Fast and the Furious and Berserk 2016. Somewhere right in the middle, you know? Right in the middle.
I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be a Captain Alex situation. Who killed Captain Alex?
Oh God, still need to watch
Yep.
that.
I just hope that they get a video Joker to dub over
Yep.
all the scenes.
That and B16. Oh God, I need to watch both.
But yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how this. I don't know, and they may actually push a 3-hour movie. Who knows? Like, I think the studio's gonna want to keep it under 2 hours and 45 minutes just for budget constraints and because people need to pee in between action shots.
Yeah.
But especially when you have your 64-ounce soda, the small. But
Like you drink it all, and then you got the soda.
you drink it all during the trailers, and then you have to pee within an hour.
Uh-huh.
You just pee into the empty cup.
Well, you'd be surprised how many grandmas are going to be there with their grandchildren. But
Uh-huh.
no. Also, new Star Wars. So
What about
that's
the new
coming
Star
up.
Wars?
It's coming up this month. I'm not going
Oh
to see
yeah,
it.
that's right.
I'm not going to see it within the first week because.
Hopefully it's good.
I mean, I will see it, but
I'm gonna see it within the first week, so I guess I'm not gonna be in the podcast.
I mean, we can if we all make a pact. To see it, I will.
Pack.
A blood
All
pact.
right.
Oh, I've got some bad news.
Yes.
My mom's birthday lands on the same day as The Last Jedi. So my brother and I were like, hey, let's take Mom to see Last Jedi. So, awkward moment.
It's fine. We'll all come up there and celebrate your mom's birthday.
Oh, you're too sweet. Thank you.
Yeah.
So how is this a problem?
Because now we can't make a pact to not all watch it until.
No, we were
like-
making a pact to
No,
watch it within
no.
the first week.
Yeah.
That's
Oh.
what we were doing.
Oh. Big misunderstanding.
Let's make a pact to go out to wherever Disney is located and steal the copy right now.
Yeah. Just like that joke about Indiana Jones on that wonderful sitcom, The Big Bang Theory.
You're gonna have to
I
remind
thought you were
me of
gonna
that
say. I
one.
thought you were gonna say Family Guy.
No, we're gonna try to bring up Big Bang Theory as many times as possible before we all get
Let's do it.
upset at one
Yep.
another.
Let's do it.
That's the
Hey,
joke.
I am already upset, but we're still gonna go.
Oh man, but no. So yeah, I'll watch it within the first week then. Okay. And then we'll have a Star Wars cast sometime. We also got to get a Christmas cast in the way, but that's a discussion for off the podcast, so we'll get into that. Hopefully we'll have a full old, new, and forgotten member turnout. We're trying to have our biggest Christmas cast yet. So, batten
Hopefully.
down the hatches, get your itchy hats out from the cupboard, get that eggnog, put that Southern Comfort in there, make it nice and good, and we'll sit down and have a good time here in December. And hopefully the video will be out by maybe on Christmas, maybe the day after, maybe. I'm not traveling until New Year's. We're having a New Year's trip instead of a Christmas trip just because of the way things fell this year. So I will be here in front of my computer and be able to do that. So, great.
Now, based on how our social group works and how our particular tastes work, can we expect a big social gathering like the Christmas cast to go anything like the Thanksgiving cast?
I'm hoping they'll be at least twice as incoherent
Oh, okay.
and twice as loud.
I'm fucking down for that.
So, look forward to that. Stay tuned,
Yeah.
Yes.
trusted listener. But, no, back to Star Wars. Let's get back on Star Wars. So,
Star Wars.
With Star Wars coming up, I'd also like to say stay tuned for me again mentioning that top secret Star Wars
Oh, this.
with
yeah.
special guest Sterling.
Oh,
yeah.
forgotten.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
We'll make it
I'm-
happen.
I'm staying out of this because this is your beef right now.
It is. It is.
Uh-huh.
It will not be released, but I will mention it.
We'll make a quick
Uh-huh.
episode on that one. But
I may just cut it. I may just put in some extra work for myself. Cut out that little section, and then release the rest of the podcast without that little section. The rest of the review without that little section.
But no, new Star Wars. So somebody's gonna turn evil. It's probably gonna be Rey. What is the likeliness that this is gonna happen?
0%.
It's gonna be Poe.
I was about to say it's gonna be Poe. Fuck.
It's gonna be
'Cause
Princess
that's two
Leia.
people.
Oh,
God, no.
that's why they have to kill her. It makes sense.
Oh no.
It's all finally coming together. She helped the rebellion for years, only to weaken them, poison them from the inside.
That's why when she comes back in the third movie, all she has to do is wear the mask all throughout the film.
Oh my god. Oh.
So you
And
don't.
she's
you don't
wearing
have
the
to-
melted Darth Vader mask.
Oh.
She's like, Father, we're finally one. One with the Force.
God.
Yep.
Just...
And that cringy line that Luke says in the trailer is actually about he's felt this power before. It was from Leia.
And what's his face? The guy with the burning cross sword.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Kylo Ren turns good. That's why in the trailer he's battling Leia. You know, because she's evil now.
Also, he's suddenly become powerless because he switched from evil to good now. Now he's grown conscious. He's become a wimpy ass baby. But
Unlike
I did
episode
hear from the radar technician that he doesn't have a six pack though.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So. But no. Yeah. Besides the cringy trailer, I don't know. I'm really hoping it's gonna be good. I hope that Rey doesn't just turn to the dark side and we just have a big, let's just turn all the characters and switch them and play Red Rover, you know, and, do the most annoying, obvious thing that's probably going to happen. But I'm not saying that I don't have faith in Disney, but I definitely don't have faith in New Disney. That's NU with the umlaut on top. The new Disney that we have to subject ourselves to. You know, like the new Disney that made the good dinosaur.
And had that 20-minute Frozen.
Those kids got high in that
front of
movie.
Coco.
The kid got high. The kid and the dinosaur got high in that movie.
Yeah, I know.
Just
Yes.
like Dumbo.
Oh.
Dumbo has that really bizarre, like, out of place psychedelic scene that I can't wrap my head
He
around.
gets super drunk. He doesn't get high. Dumbo does.
It's been a long time, but yes.
The
you're right.
the carnies like put beer in a pail and then like he drinks it out of the pail and gets super drunk. And he sees all the pink elephants, and that's why you always see those pink elephant jokes when people are drunk.
Children's movies.
Children's movies.
But no, it will definitely be interesting to see how Disney handles this one. But yeah, no, there's a theory about that 20-minute Frozen short before Coco.
Yep.
That it is trying to open up the audience to more Mexican culture. Because they didn't think it would respond well with the political divisiveness of the community right now.
So we gotta put the most widest thing.
Yeah, no, well,
on
they got
screen
the
before.
whole message of the Frozen skit is, oh look, everybody has their own traditions, and that's okay. Stamp of approval. But so yeah, that's at least that's the reigning theory on Reddit right now, is that they wanted to make sure that it was a success and didn't turn off enough people, so they put a 20-minute Frozen excerpt in there for absolutely no reason, because Coco was a very good film. I liked it. I'll probably go see it again.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think it needed it. So. Yeah, new Disney isn't really doing a lot of great things, but they're doing all right. It really just feels like they're scrambling to find their next like superstar, director. Not really director, but just like
Creative person.
Yeah, creative director maybe. Just somebody who keeps everything really good, fresh.
Don't have a whole lot of sequels.
Yeah, it also just seems like they're playing it really safe. I mean, usually they do play it safe for Disney, but it just seems like they're playing it extra safe as of lately, even for Disney. So it just feels a little not as good as our childhood. So I don't know. Hopefully they get like a Steve Jobs type. They'll forge the company in iron and brimstone and move them forward and be slightly racist and.
Speaking of Disney and Star Wars, how
Slightly
about
racist.
them loot boxes? Huh? Anybody have any thoughts about them loot boxes?
I hope.
How? Yes.
I pray every night that EA has fucked everyone up.
Oh boy.
Good job.
So,
I hope.
Any thoughts? Any hopes? Any wishes?
Wait,
Like
wait,
loot
sorry,
boxes on a whole are
wait,
are
sorry,
they fine?
sorry.
Yes?
What were we talking about again? Star Wars Battlefront 2 is great. That was a great game. What are you talking about?
Well, there's a big divide, and by divide I mean a vast majority and a very tiny minority of people who disagree on what the contents of loot boxes should be, or loot crates, or whatever you want to call them in your game. Whether they should be purely aesthetic, for things that do not alter gameplay, or things that give you an entire advantage and put you steps and miles ahead of competition for the luck of the draw, and how much money you want to spend on a game you've already spent $60 to $80 on. So there's a little bit
The correct answer is The correct answer is neither. They should not be in your game. Fuck you if you think they should.
So what we're basically saying is Overwatch versus BF2. Who does it right? Yeah.
Because Overwatch has done not the greatest thing, but it's an alright use of loot boxes where it's purely aesthetics.
Yeah.
Things that are not necessary for the game.
And you can pretty much get them in game
Yes.
by leveling up.
Yeah.
And you don't have to spend 3 years to get said skins by leveling up if you play every day for 6 hours.
Yep.
There is nothing in Overwatch that you can only get through some kind of like a paid service. Like obviously it's going to take you longer, but if you get lucky with your loot boxes, there is nothing there that has to necessarily take you longer. It's a good way to handle it.
Well, another big thing as well, when it comes to loot boxes, that there's disagreement on is why is there such rarity with rare items? If they're all digital and there's no physical items, why do I get all this generic crap whenever I open up my loot boxes in Overwatch?
You get more. So you go, well, maybe next time I'll get the rare stuff, and you get another one.
I know, but it just...
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of different addictions in life.
Yeah.
And...
which is why this one needs to be banned.
Yeah, this is in some sense, it's basically gambling.
It's corrupting the children.
I
quote-unquote
extremely
boy.
fondly recall, like very, very fondly recall, when Overwatch was in week 1
What?
and came out.
Mhm.
Fucking week 1 of this game.
Yeah.
When I was listening to the Friendcast, and it just goes straight to. So Pat, how is your week?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So I've been playing
$50
Overwatch.
fucking dollars worth of loot crates.
So I just got 50 boxes. And I'm like, this is a lot of fun. When you're opening it, it gives you like a lot of feedback. Like it shakes and it shoots up in the air, and for a second you think that was a gold one. And it's like, oh wow, this is a good time.
Uh-huh.
So I bought 50 more loot boxes. And then this goes on for a while. It's like, okay, Wooly, how was your week? So I bought 50 boxes. And it's like, well, maybe this is going somewhere. That's a design choice. As a way to get your shit. Maybe this is going to catch on. Lo and behold, 2017, it's catching on.
Mm-hmm.
World War II. Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
It's gaining traction, folks.
Uh-huh.
Watch out. Just saying.
Here's another big debate.
Yeah.
You know, why charge $60 for a game that has loot crates in it? Now, there are some different ways of doing this. Of course, there's some places that give out such as free DLC. Let's just talk about microtransactions in general with this one, not necessarily loot crates or loot boxes, because somebody who handles it very well is Rockstar, especially with GTA 5, a game that I put almost all of my gaming time into. And so basically you can always buy more cash, but there are also plenty of ways to make cash in the game online. But the best thing is that, you know, the game's just $60, and, you know, you don't need, you need a PC or, you know, a console that can play it. But every bit of DLC has been absolutely free so far. And actually, they give you, for certain days, or if they mess up something, they've actually given me like $3 million in like free credits because of their mess ups. I mean, they have been very fair to players, and well, except for a couple big screw ups. But one of them wasn't Rockstar's fault. The latest one was Rockstar's fault, and you know, they, like I said, they have compensated everybody for all their mistakes with in-game currency, and a good deal of it as well, not just a rinky-dink, oh, here's a skin or a free car that nobody wants. But that has worked very well, in which they've kept a good balance of, you can use microtransactions and get more money to build your empire, but other people can do it relatively at the same speed and pace as well, and there's no huge competitive edge for doing that. And also they priced it quite well, where it's just high enough that it deters you from doing it just out of curiosity, or I don't really know how to say it. It's priced well enough where it's not, some snot-nosed kid can't just go wild, you know. And some 14-year-old just isn't gonna beat the crap out of you because they have all this stuff and they bought all this stuff, because it gets pretty pricey in the game if you try to buy the credit card, the shark cards as they're called, which is nice. So it keeps a nice barrier of entry there as well. But as far as that goes, I think that's the best way to do it, especially with online games, to keep continuing and keep building. It makes the most sense, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem like anybody else in the same market is doing anything similar to that, which is big disappointment in my head.
Yeah.
Sterling, what are your thoughts on microtransactions?
Now, what are your thoughts on microaggressions?
Oh boy.
More or less.
Well, 'cause, 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 I've never really paid any microtransactions in a game, but have tried my hand at DLC stuff, which is all fine and dandy. Like, a lot of it's just from Dead or Alive 5, which, of course, gotta get them costumes, yo. But I haven't
that's
done
a
that in,
requirement.
like, eons. I haven't done that since, like, the last 2 seasons that have been here. Since all of them kind of sucked. Although I did really like those Art System Works costumes, but I'm like, I could just watch the trailer and get the gist of it. But yeah.
The DOA 5 last round is still getting content, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much the director or whoever, the publisher, I forget, whatever, the person in charge of all the DLC and continuing it, he said is like, yo, this is gonna be on for a long, long time. I'm like,
What a
oh,
guy.
hey.
What a
Hey.
bro.
Yeah.
Like, give me as many costumes as I need, and they're you can pay for them individually or not, and they have literally nothing to do with the game. Instead of, oh, you want your character to look cool, or hey, you want your character to look this certain way, oh, here you go, and you have all these options to choose from. And then every once in a while, the god smiles upon us, has free DLC some of the times, every once in a while, and everything is right in this world. But yep,
DOA is the greatest fighting game.
agreed.
Well, I think
And
you're
then-
giving other fighting games a little bit too much credit. It is the only fighting game.
Sure, you are. Yeah, you're right. You are absolutely correct.
And the fact that they, didn't they? Am I just thinking this in my brain, or was this right where they're bringing over the VR to the U.S.?
I died for a second.
I don't know about that
Because I
because
saw
don't
an
really...
article about it. I remember glancing at
You're
an article
talking about the
it.
DOAX stuff, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I remember glancing and seeing an article, but I don't know if that was satirical or not. Because Mega 64 did a whole big shenanigan about it not coming to the U.S. So
Which, whatever.
it's just.
But yeah. They still have, again, like, along with DOA 5LR, there's all the DOA X3 stuff and VV Venus Vacation, the newest thing that's going to come out with a Hanoka EX version of that new character that's just Hanoka. Who cares? It's just brown hair. But yeah. Other than
Sterling,
that, yes.
There's something that I'm very curious about. A DOA Extreme feels like the kind of thing that you would hate.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is true.
No.
Why?
No, like I'm just checking up on that.
Oh, well, what do you mean hate? And I dislike the controls, if that's what you mean. And I dislike pretty much the unnecessariness of everything else in it. Yeah.
No,
But I do-
yeah, just the controls. That's all that I was asking about.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
I'm just gonna drop it there because it's gonna be funnier that way.
All right. Okay.
Never
But
mind.
okay.
Yep.
Are you sure you don't want to ask me something?
No, I'm good.
Well, okay. All right.
Yeah.
There is actually one game they're hoping to get for Christmas now that we're on games. I'm hoping to get that Ultra Sun and Moon.
Oh shit, yeah.
Has that been out?
Yeah, it came out November
Oh.
17th.
Well, I'm an old man, man.
Yeah, living in a box, old man.
I thought Animal Crossing, the thing, only came out with the phones, with the new
Yes,
spangled
the Animal
phone.
Crossing app. Yes.
Oh, okay.
No, but no, Pokemon always comes out in November.
Did you get it or no?
No, I haven't gotten it. I hope I get it for Christmas, but we'll see.
All right,
If
wait.
not,
So there's people everywhere, which way, that have said that the story to the previous one, the Sun and Moon,
Yeah.
wasn't that great. I thought it was.
Yeah, it was really good. Those people can go suck a dick. It was coming off of X and Y. It was like watching Birdemic 2 and Sun and Moon being the original Ghostbusters. I mean, there's not this the story. I mean, the story's always going to be around the same thing. Oh, you're a 10-year-old kid. You're gonna catch Pokemon. You're gonna, go around and try and defeat challenges. Oh, and there's gonna be bad guys, and you're gonna have to, fight against the bad guys. And so, I mean, the story never really changes much outside of basic themes, which is fine, because it's Pokemon, you know what you're gonna do, and it's a game about catching monsters, to fight monsters, and grinding them. And that's what people like to do.
Yeah.
But there are some stories that are much better than others. And X and Y is actually one of the lowest on that spectrum, with it having this whole mythology behind it that doesn't make any sense, and turns out to just be a big old waste of time, and nobody cares about. So,
Oh boy.
Sun and Moon was a big breath of that, because it's like, oh hey, look at all this new stuff, look at all these new elements we added, look at this nice, cute story that we made for you that's nice and wholesome and everybody kind of likes, and there's not a lot of just crap put into it that doesn't need to be there. And I mean, even the after game stuff has a good story to it, and so it's not like groundbreaking or great or anything like that, but it's really good for Pokemon, so hey, I'm not complaining.
Well, that's good.
So yeah,
I
I don't
also,
understand how anyone can say that was not a good entry into the Pokemon. In fact, it was refreshing. It kind of reminded you of the first Pokemon game,
Yeah.
But no, and the fact that they're already, adding on to this one with Ultra is just showing how much people loved it, and even though they didn't do as much advertising, because it was just done a year apart, which I think was maybe a little bit too soon. But apparently they put in a whole bunch of different features. When you surf, you actually do have an option to play a surfing minigame.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And there's a whole bunch of new stuff and new areas in this new Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon, so that's really cool. There's also a couple new Pokemon they're putting in there as well. But it should be a nice addition. I remember watching the trailers being like, oh, okay, that's really cool. Like, they put in a lot more work than I thought they would for just a year after release of a similar spin-off to the game that they just did. So
Yeah.
I was generally happy with what I saw, and apparently the reviews online saying it's pretty good as well. So maybe not as good as maybe not as good as the base, Sun and Moon, but it should play very well. So I'm looking forward to that. And if I don't get it for Christmas, I'll probably pick it up with Christmas money. So if all goes according to plan. But besides that, there's nothing else really big on the game's radar, unless we get another Death Stranding trailer out of nowhere.
Oh boy.
Wouldn't that be weird? I mean, isn't it supposed to come out just right after E3, and we haven't even gotten a proper trailer for it?
I don't know about that.
At least that's what I heard.
Hey, did you guys know that the PUBGs is coming to your phones?
Wait, what?
That doesn't sound awful at all.
What?
Did you guys know that the PUBGs it's gonna be on your phones now?
Are you talking about Fortnite? That's gonna be on
No.
your phone?
Oh no. 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 I just saw the headline. I didn't click on the article. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to have more to talk about.
Okay, that's understandable. Oh man, what was it? I saw an ad on YouTube yesterday where Conan O'Brien was endorsing a freaking mobile game. And like, how far have people fallen?
I haven't seen that.
You mean true gamer Conan O'Brien?
Yes.
The one who wasn't afraid to speak out about Final Fantasy Boring 15?
Oh wait, no, hang on. Which was it again?
The sex pervert that loved playing The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Louis C.K. never endorsed The Witcher 3.
No, I'm talking about actual Conan O'Brien.
Yeah.
Did you not watch that episode of Clueless Gamer, Matty?
No, I'm making an episode about Louis.
Yeah.
I'm making a joke, rather.
Yes.
Because all he wanted to do in The Witcher 3 was have sex with people.
Yep.
It's quite hilarious. I think I honestly would be heartbroken if I found out that Conan O'Brien had raped someone. I would find it hard. I would find it hard for someone not to want to have sex with Conan O'Brien, though.
I am gonna be totally honest. Like, as someone who has been a fan of Louis for like a good few years now, I was kind of shocked when I heard the news, because like the subject matter that he jokes about so frequently and like just fucks around so often just like makes you feel like, yeah, this is a man that is a master of just utilizing this as comedy. He knows that this is a joke. He knows
Because he's
a master of using
I mean,
this.
does it really come as a huge, surprise? Because he's like a big sweaty man, you know.
He's a big sweaty man.
I mean, and
That's true.
He does joke about anything and everything, and he jokes about a lot of gross stuff sometimes. You know, I'm not saying it's not funny, but he does do it. I mean, is it really that big of a surprise, though? I mean, I would say it would be a bigger. I mean, it's kind of hard to say, because you see like some of these really wholesome guys, air quotations, come out with the worst scandals of all time, and then you see these like a little bit grittier, dirtier guys, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I understand, yeah, it makes sense that guy has a scandal, but it's always the guys in between that you're like, oh, who kind of like walk the line better, who just seem to be the safest pick on someone who didn't sexually harass or assault someone.
Right, like, it's just, I've personally gotten so used to seeing like someone who either does or at least fights to maintain like a clean, wholesome image, all of a sudden have like a scandal come out, and to have like actual ass like Louis C.K. come out and be like, no, yeah, this is also reality for him. Like, it just kind of threw me for a loop. And to add on to that, just loving what he does for so long and just having this come to light was just kind of a blow for me. Mm-hmm. But to be honest with you, no, like, you have a good point.
Well, I mean, and he handled it really well. He's like, yeah, I did this, and I didn't ask their permission, but I was in a place of power, and a lot of them probably just said yes, But it's not like he raped somebody or roofied someone. He masturbated in front of them, which is, still traumatizing in its own sense. But he did not lay a hand on any of the women, which I think, I'm not saying that he's not, a dirty sex pervert, which he is, but, he's not a rapist. And that's a big distinction, because a lot of these other Hollywood guys that are, getting called out are actual rapists.
So, yes, yeah.
And he didn't do anything with anyone underage either, out of all the sex crimes, I think that's pretty docile,
By the standard, yes.
Yeah.
So, and he did admit it. He admitted it wholeheartedly. He didn't people didn't even have to goad him to come out with it. He was just like, it's gonna come out anyways. I might as well tell you. These things happen. I'm a chronic masturbator. It's what it's just something I do. And I feel terrible for him too, because he had to explain that to his daughters. His actual daughters play his daughters on his TV show.
Yeah.
And so, they're young. Like, I think the oldest one just reached middle school recently, and so it's like, how do you explain that? This is on TV. This is all over the internet. You can't hide it from your kids, you know.
No.
It's like, how do you explain this to your daughters, you know? It's you know, it's a little heartbreaking, but you know, I mean, it is what it is, and I think he handled it the best way that he could, honestly. So.
Yeah, I think so. I can agree with that.
What do you think, Chris? What do you think about some dirty old white guy masturbating on women?
Same thing I think about all white people.
If you want to know what Chris is referring to, go back to podcast 42, and you'll find out. But
Or what Chris thinks about white people, then please purchase our SAF DLC content. Where
If you want to
our
know
SAF
what
is
I-
great.
where for the low price of $10, you can hear Chris's uncensored thoughts about Caucasians.
If you're white and want to know what I think about white people, just send in your reparations.
Just put a $10 bill in an envelope and send it to P.O. Box 1937, Santee, California. Label it SAF Podcast. But don't really send it to that address because that's actually for the Mega 64 P.O. Box. It'll be funny, but don't send it.
Yeah, they don't deserve it.
I mean, they do have a Patreon. I mean, come on, guys. It's so funny, too, because they have a guy, getting on the Mega 64 for just a second. They have a guy who's constantly on their after show for their podcast. They call him Rats. And he actually, like, lives not that far from me. And I was just like, whoa, because, like, I didn't realize it until I saw his room was draped in Oklahoma University football memorabilia, like draped, like dripping with OU football memorabilia. Then I'm like, oh, he's probably in Oklahoma. And yeah, so he doesn't live that far, and he goes out to all their stuff all the time. And I was like, man, that's expensive, man. Like going out to their game days cons and all this sort of stuff. But it was just like, oh, okay, it's cool that somebody who lives near me that Mega 64 knows really well. That's nice. But
Yeah.
So, anything else as we close this little podcast out? Anything?
What are y'all playing or watching in the near future? What should we be keeping?
I've jumped back into KOTOR 2 after starting it and not really playing it.
like right now, because I'm pretty sure I hear some analog sticks clicking.
No, right now I'm on Street Fighter 5.
Okay.
Which I've also jumped back into for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to stop playing it and not play it again for, I don't know, a couple months.
So, Chris, let me ask you a question. Is Laura the finest new Street Fighter girl, or is she the finest new Street Fighter girl?
No, because Manat came.
Yep,
Laura.
that's true.
No, Matt, listen. Matt, have you seen Manat?
I'll hear you out, but I know you're wrong.
Have you seen that walk?
I have seen Manat.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Literally nothing. Literally nothing.
Literally everything.
Nothing is wrong with me.
You are an inferior man.
I'm nothing but a man of correct tastes and passions.
You are barely even a man.
Gauntlet Throne.
Look, I'm just saying. Some proper Brazilian.
Matt, you wanna hop on the sticks right now? You can jump on and see me online.
Well, if I had a copy of Street Fighter 5, I would be more than happy.
We still got to get our game of 4 going.
We still gotta get it of wait, what? Hang on.
Street Fighter 4.
So far, yeah. Oh shit! Yeah. We haven't done that thing. I still have to lose to me. We that's that. One day.
My
Might
yeah,
have to stream it.
I'm playing my jury. I'm getting my medium kicks. My medium kicks ready.
I would like to warn you beforehand that jury
Shoe
is
kicks.
the jury is one of my mains, so we might have to throw in a little mirror match.
Oh boy.
Mirror match in there.
I will say this though, Laura is probably my best character in 5.
Mm-hmm.
No, like Laura's fighting style is fun as fuck. But
yeah, just
what I'm
like from a
pointing
gameplay
out,
standpoint,
fine as
she's best. She's second. I give her number 2.
but under
You
Minot.
know what? Under Minot, but Colleen, however you say it, she makes a very strong point too. Laura might be tied.
I ain't gonna fight you on that. Colin's pretty great. But I will say Laura's great. Better, in fact.
But
Better than
yeah, from a gameplay standpoint, Laura's my favorite in the entire game, I believe.
Like
Actually, yeah, Minot's up there too.
there's
Even though I'm
something really
absolutely-
great. There's something really great about a pseudo grappler, like Laura.
Definitely.
That I like a hell of a lot. Alex back in Third Strike was the same thing, but even then I was playing more Dudley. And yeah,
I absolutely hate playing grapplers.
you hate playing grapplers.
Yeah, just like basic legitimate grapplers, but yeah, Laura's pretty fun because I like playing rushdown characters, which is why I really like playing Jury.
And
Except for in 5 where she's got absolutely nothing, but yeah.
I actually feel
I
the
can-
same way as you about character types, and that's why I've been playing Dudley for pretty much my entire Street Fighter history.
I wish I learned to play Dudley, man.
Dudley's so
Smug,
much
the Smug makes him look so good.
Fucking great.
Smug is such a beast.
Like, for whatever reason, and I didn't plan this whatsoever, but whenever I pick up a fighting game, 9 times out of 10, the boxer of the cast is always my guy, because for Tekken 7, I'm all about Steve Fox, Street Fighter going straight to Dudley, Smash Brothers, I was all about Lil Mac. So I don't know, it's just something about a nice, light, speedy glass cannon that I enjoy. It's a good time. Love me a good boxer.
Just
Fighting games, good stuff.
Yeah.
anything you watching, playing? Get
Me?
into that?
Not really.
No.
I mean, we finally saw Kakashi for the first time in Boruto this week, but that's about it.
Speaking of Kakashi, I totally forgot, what was that thing you mentioned a couple podcasts back, that it was Naruto without all the bullshit?
Naruto Kai.
Naruto Kai?
Yeah.
Okay.
Want me to send you the links?
That would be very appreciated.
Because you have to go through several, because it's been shut down on Reddit several times. But no, I'll send you the links. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, because I will, like I mentioned on that exact same podcast, Naruto is cool, but it's just got a bunch of bullshit that I don't want to even come close to digging into.
And I have watched all the way up to like the middle of Shippuden right now with Naruto Kai, and I can guarantee the stamp of quality on that. It is nothing but the good stuff. No filler, no crap.
So is this pretty much just the episodes, or is it like an episode that's kind of like fudged with?
Oh no, they severely edit it. It's in like each episode is like at least 45 minutes to like an hour and a half. And so that's why I got through the original Naruto series in like 14 episodes.
Wow, alright.
Yeah, so yeah.
Huh.
I think one of them was 2 hours. So they're more like movies than actual episodes. But yeah, it's definitely a breath of fresh air, and it's everything that's good, everything that's pure in the Naruto world. None of it. Gosh, it's just everything that you want to remember and nothing you don't.
Good. But do I still have to remember those hand wings that Sasuke
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
had? Okay.
I'm still really upset on the way that they explain the curse mark in Shippuden, because it kind of retcons everything in the regular Naruto series, because like, oh, Jugo was where Orochimaru learned about the curse mark, even though he had already given the curse mark to Anko 7 years before he met Jugo. Holy shit. But it does explain exactly what it is and why it does create transformations, and it kind of solidifies why it's not like weird magical bullshit. So that's good. And it does make sense in a sense once you learn about it. But I don't know. Yeah, Naruto Kai is a good thing, and it cuts down so much of the first Naruto. Like it cuts out like, gosh, I think like 20 hours of film in the first series. Like, geez Louise.
yeah, that's what I need. None of that.
It's like fast track Naruto. It's like Cliff Notes Naruto.
I just want to get to the cool stuff that I see in the AMVs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the tuning exam just goes by like that. Like it's nothing. Like,
Is it like the little tournament? Is it as bad as the little tournament arc in My Hero?
no, it's not bad. No.
I hated that My Hero fights with the tournament thing wasn't longer, but I guess it's okay.
But that's just how it was in the manga too. So
I still hate that it's not longer. Make it
I
longer in the
know.
manga.
There's a lot better and bigger drawn out fights to come.
It's just they've got, it's like Naruto where they got like a ton of really cool like side characters, and that was a really good chance to show them off a bit more. I guess that's what I wanted.
Yep.
I wanted to see. I wanted to see a lot more of the other characters. But it's fine. It's still a great show, great manga.
Well, you will in season 3 will be the summer camp, and that showcases that showcases a lot of different people. So that'd be good. Although of course the focus will always be on Deku. So.
Which is fine. It should be. He deserves it.
He's a good boy.
He is the good boy.
So I know that we kind of went over a little bit of what you were doing, but Chris, you got anything else that you were watching, playing?
I watched Justice League.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How do you think about that?
Boy,
How was Justice?
you seen those B movies on Sci-Fi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Z movies.
Double Z movies.
Boy, it had the quality of that.
Wow. Like as in CGI?
As in everything. But yeah, no, the CGI in particular was god awful.
Was there any
cyborgs?
good parts?
I thought Flash and Aquaman were pretty cool. Based on their characters alone, I think the Flash movie is going to be pretty good. And I think that Aquaman is going to be decent. With Aquaman, I think it depends on who they put around him. But I really, Cyborg's getting his own movie, right?
I guess. Maybe.
I don't
Maybe
know if I want more of his head not being attached to his body. I don't know if I want that movie to just be all that, or if I want them to actually do it right.
Honestly, I just wanted Cyborg from the Teen Titans. Can we get
Yo,
that
yeah,
Cyborg?
boy, that his booyah was so flaccid.
I mean,
That was awesome.
I understand why they made him red, but I kind of wanted him to be blue and kind of wanted more
Yeah.
parts to look like he was human, you know? Just like Teen Titans, but, you know.
I would have liked if his head was on his body
That's always a plus.
instead of just
Step
floating
one
around.
for designing a character is having their head be on their body.
Yeah,
Make sure
It's always
that
a
the
good
head remains on the body. Check.
it's a good thing to do.
Speaking of your head being on your body, I've got one thing that I would like to throw down quick before this goes on too long. I am sitting down with a friend right now, and for the first time in his life, this is my second time watching it. We're sitting down and watching Gurren Lagann. Now, I'm doing the English dub for this one. I'm a fan of the subtitles. So, see, the second time through Gurren Lagann is interesting because I'm actually finding myself appreciating it a little bit more than the last time, and I already held it in a high regard because Gurren Lagann was fairly clever. I'm noticing this time around with how they build up to Kamina's death, because they kept something that I didn't notice the first time was how much they allude to Kamina dying before it actually happens. Like there's several times where like Yoko just takes him aside and goes, "You're a stupid dumbass and you're gonna get yourself killed," and then like 10 seconds pass and then Simon goes, "Bro, you're gonna get yourself killed." Then Yoko comes back and he's like, "No, but you're gonna get yourself killed though." And normally that would be laying it on too thick, but the fact that Kamina was never made out to be a side character just to show that up until you watch it, no one would ever believe that a main character, or who you believe was a main character, would ever be actually killed at that point. So you go into it the first time thinking, well, people keep telling this jackass this, but he's the big guy, so there's no way that he's gonna die. So you've just got these characters over and over going, "Oh, you're being a reckless asshole. You're being the stupidest motherfucker out there right now." And Kamina's like, "No, I've got this on lock. I'm fucking amazing." Yeah, what you're talking about. And the fact that they chose to lay it on this thick, knowing that we wouldn't believe that would actually happen during our first time watching it, is something that I'm finding myself appreciating quite a lot. And the last time that I sat down with we finished at 8. So we sat there in a silence for 1 or 2 minutes. Wasn't any easier the second time around, because man, do I still like Kamina. So just kind of let that happen, and I don't know, like I just wanted to point out how much I appreciate how much they really drive the point of his character home, because the fact that it's kind of like the role of Simon during the first half of the series is essentially the role of Roshio in the second half of the series, because now you've got him going, "Oh, the Supreme Commander's a reckless asshole. Look at all this collateral damage. He's being a stupid, reckless idiot. Now I've got to take matters into my own hands." So you've got a bit of a parallel going on with one of these two main characters wising up to his role and leaving things for the rational guy to handle towards the end of the series. And then you've got Kamina, who failed, unfortunately, to really wisen up and pull things off correctly. So I don't know, like it just lends itself well to the whole coming age theme that mother-in-law uses prominently. Simon when I failed, but there's fantastic parallels for the first half and the second half of the series that I'm noticing and appreciating quite a lot more the second time through. So I'm looking forward to finishing it up, and I'm enjoying the more than I thought I would. Kyle Hebert voicing Kamina is something that I'm not too nuts about, but I got through it. So it's not so bad. That's all I got to say about that.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Well, to finish it up with my stuff.
Yep.
I just got Space Dandy in the mail about 2 days ago.
Yeah, boy.
My favorite anime of this generation almost. It was a freaking hard time trying to find the second season of the DVD everywhere else since I got the first season, and nobody else was like, hey, you should probably have the second season. Nah, let's just fudge it and like keep it away in our secret vaults forever and ever. And then I was just like, alright, okay, I'll wait until you do so. And then they never did. And then I hear tell of this complete season Blu-ray DVD set. I'm like, alright, time to get it in the store. Oh wait, what? You're not selling it in stores, only online? Okay, I guess I'll have to bite the bullet on this one. So I did. I'm completed now, 100%. Yeah. So we've got that like on the telly every so often. So just going throughout the whole 26 episodes.
Yeah.
And I've also been going through DBZ, just have 2 episodes left, which is like the OVAs or whichever it was that they just tacked on to DBZ. And then I'll get started with the perfect GT in a short while. And then since we were talking about Xenoblade with Tim in the chat, I was like, you know what? Fudge it. I'm going to watch that Xenosaga anime. And you know what? The designs of the characters and the animation for a 12-episode anime, superb. Although with a little pinch of salt, I've only seen the first 3 episodes, so maybe it'll all come crashing down. But yeah. Playing, I don't really care about playing much about anything anymore, except I did get that Black Friday sale of Battlefield 4 for because I played Battlefield 3 and platinumed it like a year eons ago, and I've just been playing that every time since. Hey, I have the subscription for online stuff, so I guess I'll play something that has good online. Battlefield 4. And that's about it. So, yeah.
Let's wrap this podcast up and put a bow on this motherfucker.
Yep.
Matthew, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah. Can you do it this time, Matthew? Will you fail us again? Huh?
Oh. It's disgusting. Yeah, I'll take the lead. Friends, family.
Of course, now of all times.
Of course, yeah.
1, 2.
Don't get eliminated!
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody did it. Woo!
Perfect.
That happened. Woo!
That was super perfect, Matthew. We should totally do this again.